Hey everyone, welcome to the Electric Supercar channel. This week we're doing some final touches for Clifford, the big red truck. For those of you who are new, this is Clifford, the big red truck. It is a 1956 Ford F-100. This truck was undergoing an EV conversion when there were some problems that occurred. So there was just a small electrical mishap that caused a fire, and at that point they got me involved. So we've taken the last several weeks to sort out a lot of the electrical problems and get this driving. So today we're going to fix some problems. We're also going to do some more driving and do some finishing touches. Let's get to it. When the truck came in, it actually had this switch panel, and you can see it has a knob for park, neutral, drive, reverse. It also has this one that says wiper, but it is for the parking brake. And then you've got this one that's the line locker. And over here you've got power steering and DC to DC. So one of the first reasons we needed to change this is this type of switch provides a constant output, and the controller actually needs a momentary output. So that kind of was the impetus to start a change for the switch panel. Besides, this one didn't really match the truck's style. So I wanted to come up with something that would match the truck and just give it some cool factor. So I started with 3D print and an idea for some cool buttons, all that we could do with some laser cutting. So this one's like, so it's on, off. All right, I'm wiring up some switches. These are switches that also have kind of a ring LED light. This is so you can go to drive, neutral, or reverse. Also got one for horn. Okay, we've been wiring and wiring, but this is kind of what the switch panel is going to be. We're going to have buttons for like drive, neutral, reverse. That'll switch it into gear. And then also it's got a return signal that will actually give a light around this to kind of indicate which gear it's in. This is going to be for the line lock, and this is a toggle. It's basically on, off. Same thing for power steering, DC to DC converter. So here's the idea with the switch panel. So it's neutral. When we step on the brake, go into reverse. You can hear your motor going. Power steering. All right, I'm excited for this one. This one is a Send Cut Send special because they can do some plastics. So we'll go ahead and take these out and see if we can put things together. This is to hold the T2C, the controller, and this is to hold some of the circuit breakers just above the battery. All right, there's a quick before and after. We did get two of these, and the thought was I wanted one for front and one for back, and I thought it's actually cheaper to do duplicates than it is to do a separate piece without all those laser cut parts. So one's gonna be the front, one's gonna be the back. We just polished it up, so I think you can kind of see the difference. All right, we're making some LEDs so that this can be backlit, acrylic, and this is so we can get some lights and things to kind of backlight. And so you can see like, you can kind of see the exact placement of the LED. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna blast it. So you can see like, it's just straight clear. You can see my finger under here, it's where it's blasted. So like the more blasted we get, the more diffuse it gets. So then it's a lot better. You still see a little bit, but a lot better. So we got this one blasted. This is the LEDs. It's gonna look just like that. I think that looks pretty good. I really hope it works. I didn't test it out. I don't think we got light over here. One of the wires is not quite right here, so we're just going to go ahead and use some new ones. We still got to do some splicing and things, so we'll go ahead and get to that. Let's try again. That's better. Okay. All right, I believe I've got all the buttons and things. So now I've got some additional plates on the back to kind of support the LED lighting. So we'll get that all together and then I think it'll be ready to put in. So there is the backlit buttons. And then when we put this in the car, when we push it, there'll be a little red ring showing which one we're in or which one we're on. I've also got a motor fault and a battery fault. All right, so the last piece of the puzzle, we've got this bracket that's gonna bolt to the underside of the dash. So we're gonna put that on. All right, we got this all tightened, so this is kind of just one unit now. I'm gonna do one last thing. There is kind of a light strip LED that I'm gonna try and put around the top and kind of wrap around. I'm just gonna put some epoxy on, see if I can get that to stick really well. It's got the top on with a bunch of clamps. We'll let this set up. And then I'm gonna apply a little bit of heat to kind of help it go around the corner. We'll do some on the sides as well, and then one more time underneath. So we got it installed. I like it. I think it kind of matches the kind of theme he's got going on. I cleaned it a little better, but that's looking pretty good. Best part is when we turn on the car, so it's looking pretty sweet. Dim this or put it however we want. So you can kind of go to party mode or whatever you like. Today we have an OBD2 diagnostic tool. This is from Ansel. All right. So this is a 3-in-1 OBD2 scanner tool. It can also do your check engine light. You can do app-based for Android or iPhone. Okay, so now it looks like it's ready to scan for devices. So let's go plug it in. All right, so as soon as you plug it in, it kind of fires up and the app has found the device. So now we can go ahead and do all these fun things. So let's look and see if there's any trouble codes. No, that's awesome. Dashboard, that's pretty cool. Let's turn it on and see what this stuff looks like. This looks like we got all of our oxygen sensors and things we can look at. Onboard monitoring test. Man, that's a lot of information. Oh, evap system. So again, that's all under diagnostics. Let's check battery. So it gives you your voltage. I can start the test. So it tells you the time consumption, min voltage, engine off voltage, max voltage. It's again a lot of good information. This is going to be helpful though. When you've got a trouble code that you're looking up, pretend that it's an Audi. So again, if this was an Audi, that's an O2 sensor circuit low voltage bank 2 sensor. So that's great because sometimes you actually end up going to an auto shop just to tell you what the code is. So that's really awesome. And it kind of tells you the background, some of the potential causes. So again, that would be so helpful, save you a trip to the mechanic. So as you can see, just tons and tons of information, everything you could want at your fingertips. And it's nice that it's on your phone, so you don't have to have other device. Basically, you just plug in that guy to your OBD2 port and then just get the app, and then everything's, you know, obviously a really nice color screen. All the information's at your fingertips. It's a really great product. It's a wired connection from the OBD2 port to the scanner, then Bluetooth to your Android or iPhone device. And you can actually use your phone to do a heads-up display. So you can do things like trip analysis, performance tests, no more engine light anxiety. You can read exactly what's going on with your engine. You can also check your emissions to see if your IM ready. You can see and understand your trouble codes in seconds. You can do a daily self-check for smarter driving habits. And this one supports cars from 1996 and newer. All this for less than $60. So if you're interested in a tool like this, I'll leave a link in the video description below. There's an oversight on my part. I thought we were close to done, but the lid is too big. We made it kind of fit the bottom instead of the top. So we printed a couple more parts and we're gonna make some modifications. So there is the part. Again, it's just a little too big, kind of on all sides. So these parts that are on the top, those are the 3D printed parts. We're going to put those together, going to trace the outline. We're going to cut the current lid and then laminate this one instead. Let's see if we measured right this time. Okay, I think that's about right. So I think this is about the size we want. So again, this will be the lid. I think in general they might just run it without the lid, but I thought if they ever want to put anything in here and not get it all dusty or wet if they're going somewhere, just a quick little lid that you could slap on would keep everything nice. All right, the plan is we are going to cut off not this much, but this much. So I'm going to cut all the way around the inside. This frame should then slip on. We'll laminate over this part, and that will kind of be our outer frame. All right, we got the outsides kind of all stripped off from the truck bed liner. I will tell you, it adheres very, very well. It took forever to kind of get that off, but that's going to be the area that we laminate. So let's go see if we got it all in the right places. We got this one trimmed just so it could fit on our 3D printed parts. I fiberglassed the underside part, and I thought, hey, I'll put it outside so it can cure quicker, which it does, but it also tended to melt just the PLA. So what we're going to do, I tried to see if I could kind of salvage it in some places. I just thought, nope, I'm going to print some new ones. So I got some new ones printed, and so we'll take these ones off, put these ones on, and finish the fiberglassing. I've had a few people suggest from time to time when I secure these parts to do it with gloop. I've actually had some of this for a while. The thing is, most of the parts that I'm putting together are big enough that it doesn't work well, but I think this will actually do really well. So we're going to use some of this. It is time for some more fiberglass. I've got my new frame around the outside. We're going to just lay some up and over, so onto the top, and then at that time we'll kind of sand things flat and flip things over. Just got done laying up some fiberglass. We'll let this set up, but basically this should now give us the new shape that we want. We'll have to check thicknesses and flexing and stuff like that to make sure everything looks good, but if it's all looking good, we'll just sand it and do more truck bed liner. So bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. All right, here the lid is pretty much finished up. I want to do one more thing, and that's add some fasten points. So I've got some of these are like for hoods. Lots of times people will use these. Basically you click this and it separates, it's got a little pin. So the pin will go on this bottom one and this will go on the top. I'm probably just gonna 3D print a little bit up. This will just be like a little hump right here that this will sit on very flush, and then the bottom will also be very flush. So I'll 3D print that, and then we can go ahead and laminate with fiberglass, and then we can drill holes, get things mounted, and do the final coat of truck bed liner. So I 3D printed some pieces. They'll just kind of snug up right there. We're just gonna fiberglass over them. That way we'll have a top and a bottom. All right, I got these fiberglass in place. Kind of look like Mickey Mouse ears, but basically we'll let this set up. Then we'll drill and kind of countersink for these guys. We'll actually also then put this on the frunk and drill as well for the pins that have to go there. All right, I've got it all aligned, so I'm just going to drill through both panels so I got holes in the right locations. All right, I've just kind of set this one in there for now, but that's kind of what it looks like. So I need to kind of counterbore the other side because it's got to be bigger than this to fit on the nut. So that is one. You see this is like nice and flush. It's held on. So it'll be nice on that side as well. So we're going to do that 4 more places, and then this guy should be ready to do the truck bed liner. All right, so this is the frunk. We've got this little pin here. This is the lid. We've got this little button here. And when we set it down, it clicks up, and then this can't come up anymore until we push this button like that, and then it can come up. And on, off. So I think that'll work well. This bottom one kind of already had a little bit of coat. Obviously we had to change the overall shape and added a flange, so gave extra kind of attention to the flange, but did just do kind of a coat on top, just kind of blend it all in. This one we had not done upside down. Again, right side up, you can do a lot of the sides. We just didn't do the very bottom post and such. So went ahead and did that as well. But yeah, these are looking really good. We'll let these set up. This one is done. But this one, I need to flip over and do the top side. So we've got some weather stripping on there. That'll be good to kind of give it a nice little cushion so things don't rattle. We've got these little clips on that will help secure it. So now it's time to put it in place, dial in the spacing so everything seats very nicely. All right, so there it is. It's looking pretty good. We got these, so again, when you press it all the way down, these ones pop up. So they're both popped up, and then basically if you push them down, they kind of unlatch. You can take the whole thing off. So we opted for this style. I talked with the customer about this one. It'd be a little more involved if we did a hinge. And the other thing is, he said lots of times he might not even have this on, just kind of keep it open. But either way, this way, if you kind of need to keep something dust-free, water-free, you got that option. We're gonna do one more thing, put a little bling on it. All right, we got some more laser cut awesomeness. So this one I got out of stainless steel, and it's kind of like supposedly got a really good finish. They leave kind of this paper on. So we'll take that off. Let's see how well we can clean this up. And the other thing is we got some naval brass. We're gonna put a logo on there as well. Really nice finish we got there with the stainless. And this is naval brass, and it's looking pretty good too. So what did you think about some of those finishing touches? Pretty cool, huh? We are getting ready to take the truck out again. Hopefully this time we've solved more issues. Am I too heavy? Is that the problem? Okay, going in reverse.
Reverse and left hand down a little bit.
Okay, it's in neutral. My brakes are on. You want brakes on?
Yeah.
Guys, I've been doing all this without power steering. Yeah, now that's like a piece of cake. Power steering works. Last time I don't know if I had the power steering on, but yeah, power steering helps a bunch. Power brakes are definitely working. Yeah, I think red's gonna be the color, but
Tony, you want window rollers or trunk rollers?
so do green, blue, yellow.
Yeah,
purple.
red is definitely.
Oh yeah. So I still don't think the line locker's working. See, so right now, full hard, I push the button, I hear a click, I see the light. So we'll try and see if we can just get a little smoke, even though we're gonna be going forward. I'm just gonna go 30 feet, see if I can get some smoke. That is so awesome. Look at the smoke back there. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we're trying to make the line lock work. It is applying brake pressure. It's just the motor seems like it's able to overcome the front tires. So we're just gonna see if we can do it. That's backwards. That's good.
So did it let go or did you?
Well, at the very end, I mean, after I'm moving.
Maybe the brakes aren't very well bedded in the front.
Yeah, but like the creep's not very strong, you know what I mean? I feel like it does brake. Does that make sense? So if I push it to the floor, do this, and if I like slow, I mean, see, like I'm keeping it on, so there's brake pressure.
So maybe do the line lock and do a wide open throttle.
Just real quick.
Tires go, because once they lose grip, they'll lose grip.
All right, we're trying to make the line lock work. It is applying brake pressure. It's just the motor seems like it's able to overcome the front tires. So we're just gonna see if we can do it like really quick. That's backwards. Let's try it again. Okay, we're just going to get a little bit of speed and see if we can lock up. Where did it go? Click, click. Makes me nervous. So we're gonna give it a little bit of speed and then try and lock it up. Seems like it's got it pretty good. That's some good brakes.
The lockup is happening on that side. On the passenger side. Yeah, it's not happening on this side.
So yeah, we could bleed a little bit more, I guess. But yeah, those are good brakes. I mean, we stop in a hurry. Sorry, one more thing I'm gonna have you check is when I regen, meaning not foot on the brake, do the brake lights go on?
No.
Okay. So one more thing that I gotta look at. But yeah, the good thing is no faults. Inverter temp 29, stator temp 38, inverter PCB temp 30. And man, I don't know what's going on. The contactors keep going on and off, which makes me worried. Yeah, it's feeling pretty sweet.
Came back from our test drive, we had a couple things. Number one, we couldn't get our line lock. We couldn't get enough pressure in our line lock to lock the front wheels and do a proper burnout. We could do a rolling burnout, but not lock the front wheels. Came back and found that we had a brake leak just from the master cylinder. That's one thing we need to fix. Another thing is we're getting quite a bit of flex in the firewall when we do push on the brakes. This particular car, I think, had the brakes going through the floor, not the front firewall. So we're gonna do some things to reinforce that. Contactors. When I was driving, I heard
Like, and see if we can.
what sounded like contactors, may have been relays, but I thought it was contactors that sounded like they were closing and opening. And again, they should not be doing that. So likely I'm thinking that's like a loose ground or something like that. We'll have to check it out. I need to do thermistor wiring. I've not done that yet. Like 64 wires I need to do. So it shouldn't be too bad. We'll figure that out. So we were able to get a lot of cool stuff done. Clifford is just about wrapped up. We've got a couple more wiring things, some more testing we need to do, but that's gonna do it for this time. See you next time. All of them in. That's backwards.